In this video, we're going to be talking about obtaining a default divorce in Arizona. There's a couple of different ways that you can get a divorce. One of them is by way of default. And the underlying idea with a default divorce is that one of the parties, one of the spouses, has filed a petition with the court and said, hey court, I want to get a divorce. And within that petition, you typically will say, here are the various things I would like to get in my decree. After you have filed your petition, you have to serve the other party, and it has to be by way of some sort of formal service, either through a process server or sheriff or something of that nature. And then once that party has been served, the person that's responding has 20 days if they were served within Arizona, or 30 days if they were served outside of the state of Arizona, to file a response to the petition. Now, the response is supposed to say the other party's positions with respect to all of the things that are alleged in the petition that was filed with the court. If the respondent does not file a response, that is to say, you file your petition, other party served, and it's just completely ignored, the other party says nothing with the court, then you can proceed by way of default. And what happens there is essentially the court says, okay, the other party has been told that this case is going on because you served them, they understand what's happening, and they chose to ignore it, so we're just going to give you whatever is in your petition. In order to do that, you file what's called an application and affidavit for default after that 20 or 30-day deadline. And that document you then mail to the other party, and it says essentially, hey other party, you haven't responded, you really need to respond now, and if you don't, the court's just going to enter an order. After that, there is another 10 days and then another 5 days if you've mailed it for the other party to file a response, and if they don't at that point, then you can schedule a hearing with the court to get your default decree. At that point, you then just go in and you see a commissioner typically, and the commissioner will review everything, make sure that the decree that you're submitting matches up with the things that were said in your petition, and then they sign your divorce. And that is a default divorce, just this idea that you're getting a divorce without any sort of feedback or response from the other party, and the court essentially just gives you what you asked for.